outcast. My legion is an outcast because we never accepted the warp as they did. I am an outcast to my brothers. For my powers given to me, they see them as strange. For some reason, the only one who does not treat me as an outcast, my friend Alvarez. Though I know that is not his true name, it is what he likes to go by, so I shall respect it. He is a raptor. I think he may be a lord in disguise. I don't know. But he has never treated me like an outcast. He even asked me to help him lead a raid on the loyalists he has planned. I shall show them. I will earn my respect and I am deserved.
So I got 2 boxes of Chaos Raptors, and my Chaos Army is all of them. I just can't decide on which Chaos Legion to pick, so whenever I get new models, I just paint one as each of the legions, except Thousand Suns. They're just too unique to just add wherever, so they just have to stay as rubrics and stuff. Same with Death Guard, but to a lesser extent. But other than that, you can see a problem here. There are 7 or 8 legions with a 10-man box. So the plan with this box of Raptors does include the Death Guard. So then I've got 2 extra guys to work with. Who would benefit from having a jump pack? The Night Lords, of course. And because I like sorcerers, I'm going to make a Night Lord sorcerer and something else, but I'll do that later. Since he's a sorcerer, I decided on using this chest with the eye on it, but I felt these arrows made him feel a bit more Black Legion, so I cut them off and tried my best to shave them as much as possible, but just couldn't get it looking smooth. So I wanted to try out our new liquid green stuff, mostly because I've never used it before. Man, I wrote that a while ago. I've been sitting on this model for a while. Not literally. I've only been literally sitting on it for a little bit. Anyway, it turned out okay. Not completely smooth, but better than before. So since he's a Night Lord, I decided to give him a lightning claw. This one looks good. I can have him holding some magic stuff or something. But he also needed a force sword, or axe, or stave, but I wanted a sword. And luckily there's one in the Raptors kit. But it's right-handed, just like the open-palmed lightning claw. I could either switch his sword to another arm, which is not that hard, I don't know why I thought it would be. Or I could switch his hand, but it is a right hand. You can't just do that. The thumb would be facing the wrong way. Well, box did come with 2, and I'm making Raptors, not Warp Talons. I can spare one. Hey, that actually worked out pretty good. Although his claws don't show as much as I would like. I guess I'll have to paint it a brighter color when I get to painting him. Then I cut a bit off the arm so that it would fit in the position that I'm thinking of. And after gluing everything else on, I filled in the holes with green stuff. I also wanted to make him a cloak, but didn't have enough green stuff to make a whole one yet. We had a green stuff shortage at the time. But I was able to make a waist cape that actually looked really good. And I didn't even try. I guess the trick is to make the green stuff really thin and tight. Then I made him fly by doing little dots of hot glue and just piling it up until it was the right height. And then when we finally got some green stuff, I made a cape for him. But I remembered he was a sorcerer, so I tore it off, as well as his arms and the jump pack, so I could get in there better. Ignore the residue of the first attempt. I flattened the green stuff out and put it on his back, and then reattached his jetpack and arms, and tried my best to make his cloak look as flowing as possible, since, you know, he's flying around and stuff. And right about now, some of you Night Lords players may be saying,
"But where's my flake skin? I want flake skin right now."
Well, I was getting to that, and for being so demanding, I'll make you wait longer. Okay, so I tore his jetpack off again so that I could actually get at his back, and then laid down some green stuff and cut lines into it. You know, it's kind of hard to see like this. Let me show you what I did when I tried to make the skin first and then put it on. It didn't work, but it's easier to see like that. So I cut lines everywhere on it, trying to be as random as possible, and after a while I learned that bigger patches of skin look better. Because next I made the stitches by using a paperclip to poke lines into it, and back to the real model, I put his jump pack back on, and now finally put some sort of magic or whatever coming out of his hand, and I still didn't really know what to do. In the end, I twisted some green stuff to kinda look like magic, I guess, but I'll paint it to look more magic, I hope. I started with McCrag Blue, and I know that's too bright a blue for Night Lords. Yes, but I have my Chaos Mix, which will darken it a lot, and if you watched the last video, you may think, they must have learned from last time. But no, I painted this guy first. I just didn't think about it for the word bearer. Anyways, painting the next biggest thing, I did a skin cloak with Bugman's Glow. I also did the jetpack vent thingies with Bugman's Glow, because that seemed like a weird sorcerer thing. Then I did his skirt with Rhinox hide on the outside, and Mephiston red on the inside, because nothing says fancy like different colored inside and outside. I also did the handle of his sword, his 3 eyes, and his magic with Mephiston red as well. I did the bone things, like his skull knee pad, the tiny horns all over him, the bone claws, and the horns on his head with Sandry dust. And now for the fun part. The gold. So much trim. Pyro? Yes? If I ever get one of those chaos dragon things, kill me. I mean, you could prime it with the trim color and then fill in the armor. I wasn't asking for a solution. After the gold, you did a lead belcher on the sword and the jetpack harness and the toes and both ends of the jetpack. Then the not armor bits with Mechanica Standard Gray. Then I thinned down a Keelan Green with Contrast Medium and painted the Force Sword. Then I added the transfer. I'm getting better at this. And as that was drying, I put Reikland Flesh Shade over the skin cloak and a bunch of blood for the blood god on the inside, and a little bit as the lightning bolts on the Force Sword as well, to show it connected to his magic or whatever. It's Chaos Mix time, but this time instead of Reikland Flesh Shade, I used Druchii Violet, because he has to have a cooler color palette, so it's a cooler wash instead. Oh, I also didn't do the cloak or the sword, because they gotta stay clean. I repainted the magic with a mix of Mephiston red and white to make pink. I had a bit left over too. I thinned it way down and put it on his hand to make it look like it was glowing. Then I added a bit more red and painted it over the pink, leaving it in the crevices. And then just Mephiston red over that. Meh. It's not the best paint. Over not the best green stuff. After that, I redid the eyes with Mephiston red, half of it with Evil Sun Scarlet, and then a little line of Everland Sunset. Well, I wanted to make a line. We need new brushes. Oh, and the thing I said I would do. I mixed Sandry Dust and white to make the bone claws stand out, and it doesn't work as well as I thought. I should have just made the hand smaller when I had a chance. Oh well, the rest of them turned out good.